What's good, y'all? Peace of mind here today. I'm finna be talking to y'all about insecurity. The reason that I'm doing this topic is because this is something that me personally I've had to go through in my life and I overcame. And I mean, it's a work in progress always, but I mean, I don't really struggle with insecurity too much no more. But so first of all, this is how to deal with insecurity. And you got to understand, insecurity is uncertainty or anxiety, having a lack of confidence. So really, this comes from working on yourself through confidence. So the first thing you really got to do when dealing with insecurity is to identify yourself. So by that I mean you really gotta know yourself, know your identity, know who you are, and know what you stand for. Just know yourself. Like really know yourself. Because a lot of people out here just living, they don't really know themselves. They don't know their values. They don't know things about them. It's like once you get that identity, once you get that security in yourself, it's hard to be insecure because you're secure in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So really, you just gotta know yourself and try to like. If you don't know what you like to do, find things that you like to do. Find things that you like that you really enjoy about yourself. Just find out who you are really, because once you know yourself, I mean, it's no better feeling than that. Try new things, just live life, just live, live. Get off social media maybe every once in a while, do things. Stop looking at what the next person's always doing and trying to focus on what the biggest wave is and like the trends. Because I mean, when you look at social media, that stuff really corrupts you. It makes you feel bad. You're always looking at what people are doing and you want to be like them, and that's not, I mean, you're not supposed to be like them. You're supposed to be like you. So identify yourself, identify you, and be who you are supposed to be. So my next thing would be identify your flaws. So really identify the things that make you, that the things that you're insecure about. Look at them and look at the things that you can change and the things you can't change. The things that you can change, start working on them instantly. Like leave no room for to continue self sulking and just all this sad behavior. Like no, cut that out instantly. Start working on yourself. If it's fixable, then start fixing it. If you think you're big body, then start going to the gym, start doing cardio, start eating right, and become disciplined. Like it is hard, but it's doable because people have done it before, and you're no different as far as your capabilities are concerned than anybody else. But and the things that you can't fix, the things you can't change, like some certain things you're born with. Like say you got an extra long ring finger or something, and that's just your ring finger is just what bothers you the most. You just gotta have to learn to accept that ring finger and love that ring finger the way it is, cause that's the way you was made, and each of us is beautifully and wonderfully created by our creator. If you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, you still made the way you were supposed to be. Your parents ain't made no mistake. Your fingers wasn't you like there wasn't no extra chromosome put in you. I hope not, but chances are you're made the way you're supposed to be. Majority of people, like I mean, who you are was who you are for a reason. There wasn't no mistake in making you. That's why all of us got different fingerprints. If we were supposed to look like somebody else, then we would have the same fingerprints as them. But we don't. We don't have the same fingerprint as a single other person on this earth. So there's no reason for us to try to be like a single other person on this earth. As far as physical characteristics are concerned, I mean, if it's like an intrinsic value that somebody values and you see value in it and it's beneficial, then that's different. But as far as intrinsic, I mean, as far as external is involved, then I mean, you just got to be you. And if you can't change it, then accept it. Learn to love yourself for who you are and the way you are. My next thing be you were made exactly how you were supposed to be, and we are supposed to be unique. So we are supposed to be different, and the things that are your biggest flaws, chances are you the only one that sees them. So most of the time, people aren't coming up to you every single day being like, "Dang, you're fat." Like every single day, people aren't just looking at you like, "Oh, look at that fat guy over there. Look how fat he is. Look how big that boy is." No one, like, people don't do that. That's just not necessarily, not usually not the case. And if somebody is like that, then that's not somebody who you want to be around or care about their opinion anyways, or even enjoy that person. That's not somebody you even care about. That's not somebody whose opinion you should care about. You should only value the opinions of the people, from the people who have value to you. So that's like your mom. If your mom's telling you hey, hey son, you getting kind of big. You getting a little me right there. Then you be like, all right, mom, I understand. I know you love me, and I know that you only ever says if this is your relationship with your mom. You say, I understand that this is only something you say from me to me if because you love me and care about me. So I'm gonna make a change. But if it's like a big bully, somebody you hate all the time coming up saying, "Oh, you so big," you like, man, this is a bully. Why I care what he think about me? This man probably big himself. He don't eat right neither. Like you gotta understand. Excuse me. You gotta understand the source of where you're receiving your information from. You gotta value that information because I mean, it depends on where it's coming from, but you gotta value, learn who you value, and learn who to take information from and who you don't care about their opinion because not everyone's opinion is beneficial for you, and not what everybody says about you. You have to take to heart, and it has to actually mean something to you. So you really gotta watch your circle, watch who you keep around you. Like if someone's talking down on you, that's not somebody you want around. And especially if they're bringing up the things that you can't change. If someone speaks on things you can't change, then that's most definitely not somebody you want in your life because the people don't point out stuff like that. Like that's just rude. It's mean. It's not what you're supposed to do. So if you have somebody who's always talking down on you or talking bad about you, first of all, why do you have that person in your life? Take them out. If they make you feel bad, address it. If it's a good friend, address it. Be like, hey, I can't change this. Why are you speaking on this all the time? So I mean, I know for a lot of people have a misconceived notion on acne. So they just think that everybody who has acne is just dirty, and they just dirty people who don't wash their face. But I know a lot of people with no pimples who do not wash their face, and I know a lot of people who have a lot of pimples who wash their face every single morning and night, twice a day. So some people just gotta understand that like acne is something that's like I mean that's genetics, and genetics is something that you can't really change. You don't really have too much control of genetics. To get rid of acne is an extremely expensive procedures that can be done, but other than that, I mean it's not really something that you should be speaking on in the first place. Just like somebody's skin, the food somebody eats, the way somebody looks, like those aren't things you should ever really speak on. Things that people can't change are not things that people should speak on in general. So if you have people around you that's doing that, distance yourself because I mean your self health and like just the way you feel about yourself is extremely important in how you go about day-to-day life and just living life. It's nobody wants to have anybody around them who's talking like that about around them or about them in general. Like if people gossip, that's not something you want. So I'm gonna run back through this list one more time. And first of all, I say is to identify yourself, know the things that you love, know the things that you hate, know your values, know yourself, and be secure in your identity so that you won't be insecure. Next, I said identify your flaws, the things that you can change and can't change. The things you can change them as soon as possible. If you don't like it, change it. Like no excuses. You're gonna feel better. You won't regret it, and it's probably gonna have other adversarial effects on other parts of your life, advantageous that you're gonna enjoy. So the things that you can't change, learn to love and accept them. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be secure in your identity of yourself. And chances are the people around you aren't gonna speak on them because those are things you can't change. And you're gonna be you for the rest of your life. So you might as well love yourself and accept yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, then it's gonna be real hard to love others. On top of that, like you might struggle with some relationship problems, and don't nobody want that projected onto them in a relationship. Trust me, I've been there. You do not want to go into a relationship not fully loving every single thing about you because it's just not ideal, especially because you don't want nobody in your going up to you in a relationship who's like that. And it's just very annoying having to be the one to always be like, hey, you do look good. Oh, now you are beautiful. Oh, you like it doesn't work. First of all, like it doesn't work. No matter what you tell them, they're not gonna believe it because they don't believe it themselves. So that's something you should work on yourself, especially especially before getting into a relationship. And you got to understand that you were made the way you were supposed to be on purpose. You were made as a unique individual. You are loved. You love yourself, and you are loved. And the other people do not see these flaws. Majority of the time, your biggest flaw isn't something that anybody notices. Like a lot of times, you're thinking, "Oh man, this big extendo ring finger I got on my hand. Why is it so much longer than my middle finger?" If that's you, and but you gotta really think. Like I know it sounds goofy, but it's like if this is somebody's actual insecurity, and majority of the times insecurities are insignificant things like these, you got to think who really is looking at your ring finger. Like who's really staring at you thinking, dang, that's a long ring finger. Like that's how most of our insecurities are. They're so like they don't matter. Like they don't really matter to most people. They're not it's not that deep. People don't really care. Like people don't notice it. Nobody notices it but you. You're staring in the mirror all day looking like, wow, my face is just so badly shaped. My chin comes out too much. My nose is too big. Meanwhile, nobody's probably ever told you that in your life. And you've probably already had a girlfriend or a boyfriend who in your life has loved you and never said this thing. A lot of times in my relationships, I've told somebody something about me. I'd be like, yeah, this, oh yeah, I just struggle with this or this. I don't like the way this looks on me, and they'd be like, wow, really? I've never noticed, and that's happened so many times. It's like, dang, why did I even bring that up? Because now I feel like a fool. Because now they're probably seeing it, or they recognize that I'm insecure, and that's just not a good trait that I even want to carry on myself or project to other people. Because that's not. It's not. I mean, you want to be secure. You want to know yourself, love yourself, and then next is just to understand that people aren't going to speak on those flaws in the first place. And the people who do bring up your unchangeable flaws, those are people who you don't want in your life. And it's good to surround yourself with a circle of people who are going to bring value and uplift you and bring benefit to you and be able to console you when you're down and give you good advice, and just people who are comfort, who give you comfort and make you live better lives and make you happier. Those are the type of people you want around. You do not want people who are constantly bringing you down, gossiping about you. And know that if the people who you're around gossip about other people, chances are they gossip about you. So you don't want gossipers in your circle to begin with. People who are always talking about other people, or it's like they got a friend and you're thinking, oh yeah, we always talk about him together. But chances are they probably talk about you. They probably do the same exact thing. And that's not somebody you want in your life. So just try to do all those things, and I hope it helps. These are the things that's personally helped me in my life. I no longer struggle with insecurity to much of an extent. I mean, everybody does a little bit, but then when I do, I just remind myself of all these things and get to it. And it's a constant battle, but I mean, it's doable because other people have done it. So if you enjoyed this video, you got some value from it, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below on ways that insecurity has helped you, that you've gone over insecurity in your life, and maybe you just want to talk about it. Then you could do that in the comments down below too as well. I'm out.